Hello everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back for episode 4 of Prison Architect. It is currently day 9 here in our prison. It's lunchtime, or it's almost lunchtime, it's noon. Everybody is out in the yard right now complaining to no end about the fact that their clothing is not getting washed. We did set up a laundry room last episode, and actually we even set it up the episode before, but we did spend a lot of time last episode moving things, and we moved the laundry room down from up here to over here and replaced it with the security room. And so they might not have had that much time to get all the laundry washed. And also, at the end of last episode, we did take in 29 new prisoners, more than doubling our current number of prisoners. And so, it's not really surprising that there are going to be some growing pains. People are going to be a bit annoyed for a little bit of time until we can actually expand the prison to accommodate for all of the new people. But we're back, and since the end of last episode, some stuff has changed. So, the guys over at Introversion Software, the people who make Prison Architect, actually released a brand new version of Prison Architect called Prison Architect version 2.0, which sounds like a much bigger update than it is, and I thought it was going to be a really big update, and you'd have to, like, restart your game, and you won't be able to use old saves. Turns out that's not the case. It's currently in beta, and it's like an opt-in only type of thing. I'll put instructions in the description on how you can get it if you'd like to play along with the newer version. There's not a whole bunch of new stuff. There are a couple of new cool features that I kind of like, but for the most part, it's kind of just a redesign of some of the user interface. For example, if we look at all of these now, all of these little buttons here, you can see all of these look a little bit different. They work in a slightly different way. For example, if you go to rooms, right now we've got pretty far into the game, and so it's going to show us all the rooms, whereas if you start from the beginning now, it's going to kind of hide more of the rooms so that you don't just see a big page with a bunch of stuff you can't use. They've also updated, like, the bureaucracy menu. It now looks a little bit nicer. They've changed the way that you can click on people. It now comes up with this little black menu down here instead of, I think, what used to be like a menu that looked like this. Looked like our to-do list over on the right. And for the most part, it's just a bunch of small aesthetic tweaks, which I like. It looks a little bit nicer. There are, however, a few tweaks that actually change the way the game plays, and one of them, or at least my favorite one, is that if you go to reports now, the work time can now be either set as work/free time or work/lockup. Because the way the work works up until now is that anybody who had a job would go to their job, and anybody who didn't have a job would have free time. Now there's kind of a way to incentivize your prisoners to want to get a job, because if you don't have a job, we can just set it to work/lockup, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, if you're not working, you need to go back to your cell. We don't want you roaming the prison. It's not really fair that a bunch of people are working while everybody else is just having some free time in the gym or, you know, hanging around in this toilet, so doing something like that. Also, have they changed the way the lights look? That is definitely a different light, but it doesn't look like that in there. Let me check this out. Is there a new type of light? There isn't, but that definitely looks like a new type of light. I wonder if they've just changed the way it looks when it's placed outside. So, for example, I'm guessing if I place down a light right about here, instead of looking like one of the indoor lights, it's now going to look like these new kind of outdoor lights, which are kind of standing on their own. I kind of like that. It doesn't really work in the context of our toilets here. In all fairness, we probably should make this just an actual building instead of just having it be walls surrounding the outside. That looks really weird. But anyway, that's some of the new stuff. They did also add new items to the game, a few of them, including, if we expand this a little bit, there is now an arcade cabinet, so your prisoners can play on the arcade if they'd like. And there is also, I believe, a widescreen TV. If I type in wide, or maybe it's not called wide, maybe it's just called large. Let's have a look. TV. Yeah, large TV. There is also a large TV now available, so you can have a much bigger TV in, for example, the common room and places like that for your prisoners to watch. And apparently they've also fixed the way that TVs worked. Previously, you would put down the TV, and the way that the prisoner would interact with that TV is they would go and stand right in front of it. And that's kind of how they got their freedom and their relaxation from that TV. Whereas now, what you can do is you can put down a TV. Like, for example, we've got two TVs here. In a normal prison, you wouldn't have two TVs so close together because it's pointless. Like, it's not useful. We do also have this Polaroid here that we can check. But in a normal prison, that's not really useful. What you'd normally do is you'd have one TV and then a bunch of seats for them to sit in, and they've changed that in the newer version. So now we just need one TV, and if we put like a bunch of seats in front of that TV, our prisoners will sit there and they will get that recreational boost or that decrease to their recreation need from sitting in a chair that is in front of the TV. So let's hit play here real quick, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle both of these. So let's go ahead and dismantle this one and this one. And then if we go and grab ourselves a large TV, I'm thinking about putting a large TV right about there, and then probably just sticking down a bunch of chairs in front of that TV, like this. So hopefully our prisoners now, when they have some free time, will come and just sit down on some of these chairs. I think they can get round even if the chairs like fully go up to the walls like that. But I think that'll be pretty cool. Look at this TV. It's fully been massive. It looks pretty old. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen a TV like this in quite some time, but we are in a prison, and so that should be fine. So back to our actual game. Last episode, we took in a bunch of new people. We're now making $3,770 per day, which is quite nice. We're still doing the inmate nutrition research grant, which actually now wants us to serve 3 high-quantity, high-variety meals a day. So let's go over to policy. Let's change that to high and high. And then if we go to regime, we could change this up as well. So let's make 9 till 10. Do we want to make showers a little earlier? I feel like 9 till 10 is a very late breakfast. So let's go 8 till 9 as breakfast. We'll have showers at 7. We'll have yard from 10 till 11. We will then move food till 12 and 1. That feels like a much more like a realistic lunchtime. And then we'll have some more yard time after they eat at lunchtime. Then we'll have work. And then finally, they will eat a little bit more and they'll go to sleep. That currently gives them no free time. So what I might do is put free time like right there just before work, and I might make the last hour of work / free time, because right now the vast majority of our prisoners are not working. I don't think. If we go to logistics, we've got 8 people working in the laundry, 3 people working in the cleaning cupboard, that's 12, and then we've got maximum another 12 in here. So even if we put in a bunch of other people in here, which we can't do yet because, by the way, nobody is qualified to work in the kitchen, so right now only 12 people are working out of our 51 prisoners. So it's not that most people are going to be in lockup during those hours, so we'll give them a little bit of extra free time towards the end there. Hopefully, we'll get to see them over here in the common room doing their thing. But we do want to start looking at some of our grants, because what I would like to do in today's episode is set up another wing down here for minimum security and start to set up some parole rooms, because the way that parole rooms work is after spending so much time in your prison, your prisoners will be up for parole. They'll be allowed to leave early, and if you have parole officers set up, you can work through those prisoners. You can give them their parole hearing, and then if it's decided that they are fit to be released, we get an extra bonus for releasing them. I think it's about $3,000 that we get per prisoner that we release. And minimum security guys get released on parole a lot faster because obviously the crimes that they committed are a lot less heinous. And so if we get a big minimum security wing set up with a bunch of parole rooms, we can actually very quickly make a fair bit of money just by releasing as many prisoners as is possible onto parole like that and getting them out of the prison as fast as possible. So I would like to build another big wing down here, but in order to be able to do that, we are of course going to have to get a little bit more money, because right now we've got 17,500, which is not an incredibly small amount, but it's not enough to build a new wing. And we also do have a couple of other issues that we need to take care of. For example, everybody is still complaining about clothing. What time is it right now? It's 3 p.m. Work starts at 4 p.m. So if we speed things up a little bit here, hopefully, when 4 p.m. rolls around, all the workers will get to the laundry room, we'll start doing laundry, and hopefully everybody will stop complaining about clothing. Because if we look at the needs right now, clothing is definitely the highest. Some people are complaining about food. That's not surprising. Over the last 2 days, they've been having 1 low-variety, low-quantity meal every single day. Now we've changed that to 3 high-variety, high-quantity meals, so they should be just fine. And so hopefully, clothing should be the only thing that is bothering people right now. And as you can see, it is currently work hours, so that number is going down actively, and it shouldn't be too big of a problem going forward. So let's have a look at some of our grants. I'm going to slow things down a little bit here. Let's have a look at the grants. The top grant right now is the Governmental Security Ratings Grant, which gives us a total of $30,000 if we complete it, $15,000 before and $15,000 after. And to complete this one, it's actually really easy. We have to assign 2 dog handlers to a dog patrol and 2 armed guards to a guard patrol. So for that, we're going to need a few new rooms. Also, by the way, there is a new feature on the rooms menu. If you hover over a room for a particular length of time, it will then show you on the game where all of those rooms are. So for example, if you don't know where your storage room is, you can see all of the storage rooms. If you look at, for example, our offices, we can see all of our offices are down in the bottom right. If we look at our staff room's over there. So especially on much bigger prisons, if you want to see where all of your staff rooms are, for example, or where all of your holding cells are, you can look at them all very easily and kind of figure out where you need to put new ones, if that makes sense. Like if you don't have a toilet or a shower in a particular area, it's now very easy to figure out where that lack of shower is and then implement one. It's just a nice new feature that they added to the rooms menu here. Probably not going to use it all too much, but anyway, if we come over here, we can now make ourselves a kennel, which we're going to use to house all of the guard dogs that are going to be on patrols around the prison. So this has to be at least a 5x5. I'm pretty sure that all of our rooms are currently at least 6 deep. They are. So we'll make this one 6. How much have we got? We've got 15. To work with here. I think we're not going to make it bigger than it needs to be. So I think we're going to go with 6x5. That is a little bit smaller than the chapel, the security room, and the common room, but it's definitely a lot shorter than storage. So we'll make it 6x5. That's big enough to meet the requirements, and then we'll just surround it with some concrete wall like so, and we will put a staff door on here, and there's no reason whatsoever that a prisoner should be inside of the dog cage. Also, actually, one of the biggest changes, there's a video, by the way, I'll put a link in the description, to the guys at Introversion talking through all of the new updates. But one of the biggest updates that they were most impressed about is that now when you scroll in, it scrolls in towards wherever your mouse is. So you can see my mouse on the screen. If I put my mouse over the security room, it used to be that when you scroll in, it just scrolls into the center of the screen. So even though my mouse is up here, it used to be that it would scroll into the center. Now, if my mouse is over here, it will scroll in to where my mouse is. I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken, if you go to options and then game, there, yeah, you can turn off the version 2 GUI and you can turn off zoom to mouse. So if I turn off zoom to mouse and hit apply, this is how it used to work. So if I hover my mouse over here, it's still going to zoom to the middle, which is, it's something I've got used to. Like, I'm used to it zooming to the middle, but now it's kind of nice. It will zoom into wherever the mouse is, not just to the center of the screen. And also, if you don't like the new, like, look of this, like, they've got, like, a bit of a white to dark gradient going on instead of that introversion blue that they used to have, you can turn off the version 2 GUI and it will look exactly the same as it looked before. So they've changed some stuff, but for the most part, it's almost exactly the same. We will just apply all the new stuff and continue on. So, our kennel down here needs to be enclosed by walls, which apparently is currently an in-progress job, and it also needs to have some of these dog crates. So let's go ahead and put down a few of these. I'm not quite sure which way around these are supposed to go. It's kind of hard to judge from the sprite which way these are supposed to go in, but the good news, actually, I'll move these to the bottom here. The good news is it doesn't matter which way around you put them. Just as long as you put them in, they will work fine and the dogs will go in there and sleep just fine. They don't need to be facing any particular direction. Unlike the ironing boards, they will just kind of always work, which is nice. And now that we've got that, we should go ahead and go to staff, and we should hire a couple of dog handlers. So let's, for now, hire like 3. I don't want to hire too many. It does cut into our daily budget, and they do cost 500 per piece just to hire originally. So we'll take 3 of those for now. We also need to get an armed guard, and so for those, if we look at staff and we look at armed guards, which are over here, you'll see right now it says 0 out of 0, and the reason for that is it says each armed guard requires his own locker in the armory. So we have to set up yet another room down here, the armory. Whereabouts is the armory on this menu? It is there. This room has to be no size. There's no minimum size to this. We are going to make it, I think, again, 5 by 6. Do I want to make it 7 by 6? Just because I don't think... We can make it 5 by 6, but this is probably going to end up being... Actually, is it going to be a hallway? It's probably not going to be a hallway, so we could probably make this into another room, like here. Maybe another cleaning cupboard, maybe something else. But you know what? For now, we will keep this as a 5 by 6 room. Again, we'll build walls around it. Again, there is no need to have a normal door on here, or even a jail door. We'll put a staff door on. It's only staff that are going to be in here at any given time. And to make this an actual armory, we need a weapons rack, a guard locker, and a table. So... let's have a look. Table can go right about there. Guard locker, where is... weapons rack is there. We can put that, like, right there. That fits actually quite nicely. And then the guard lockers are what determine how many guards you can have. So, for example, if we just put one guard locker here in the corner and we go back to staff, once they've put that guard locker down, we will actually be able to hire a guard. We'll be able to hire one armed guard. And for every armed guard that you hire, you have to have another guard locker. Also, something that I did forget to mention is that if you're on the objects menu, there is now an undo button. So you'll see that I've scheduled this guard locker to be put down, but I can just press undo, and that will undo the guard locker. Like, it's not going to get put down anymore, and I can press it again, and it will undo the weapon rack, and again, and it will undo the table. I'm not going to because I want all of those items to be there, but if you put something down that you don't, you realize you don't want it a few seconds afterwards, you can very quickly now just press the undo button. Again, they've just added a few little things all around which make the game just a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to play, which is nice. So we'll speed this up. We'll get this armory up and running. We do need lights in both of these rooms, so let's go ahead and put a light in here. We'll put a light in there. They're not quite center, which is really annoying me, but you can't really put them in the center in these 6x5 rooms. There isn't a center, and yeah, look at this. So now the outdoor lights. I don't know if that's always been the case. That might not be a new feature. It might just be something that I have only just noticed now, but these are pretty cool. I like that. What is everybody complaining about? Because our danger level is rising. Let's have a look. Needs. People are still complaining about clothing. We might have to set up either another clothing room, another laundry, or increase the size of the one we have right now, because it's clearly not doing a good enough job. Like, this is too small for the 51 prisoners that we currently have. Other than that, everything else seems to be fine. Food is fine. Sleep is okay. Most people are kind of okay with it. There's a few people who are critical on it, but for the most part, everybody is kind of medium neutral on the whole sleep situation. I don't think we need to give them more sleep anytime soon. I think the big problem right now is clothing. We do want to make sure that we check for contraband tonight, because it's a new day. Like, we've got a bunch of new people, and I'm fairly certain that some of them will have tried to dig out. Also, people tell me that the dormitories, because there's now 2 people in dormitories, and again, we've got 2 bunk beds here. Let's dismantle that. Apparently, when there's 2 people in the dormitories, also 2 beds here, what the heck? They will try and dig out together, so they'll be, like, a lot more efficient at trying to dig out. So let's wait till everybody gets back into their bed. And once they do, we will start a shakedown and see what the heck is going on. Also, these guys need power, so let's just do something like that and run power into these rooms, like so. Alright, it's 10:30. Everybody, it's time for a shakedown. Here we go. Flipping heck. That's going to use all of our guards. I kind of hope we find something. What is it with this cell? Enclosed by walls. It is enclosed by walls. This door's just not closed. Locked shut. And then open door. I have no idea what's up with this. It says bed. And we've got a bed right there, surrounded by walls and doors. I'm not quite sure why that room is not classifying as a room. Also, somebody tells me that if I click on this and I click open door, they should now be able to dismantle it. Possibly. So I'll queue it. Like, maybe if I lock it open, can they then dismantle it? It doesn't. I can dump it. If I can dump it, that's fine. At this point, I do not want this door anymore. I really don't. So we found some scissors. We found some medicine. We found some booze. Currently, nobody seems to be trying to dig their way out, which is good. There's still time. Also, I believe another new feature, if we go to intelligence and we go to, say, contraband, I believe we can now find where the contraband came from. So, if we look at this, you can see it came from outside. It looks like it came in just through the front door. By the looks of things, maybe through, like, with a workman or something. But I think, I'm fairly certain there's a way. Oh, stolen from. So, yeah, you can see it says stolen from. We can see that this booze, the cell phone, a lot of the stuff here is coming from visitation. It doesn't look like anywhere else. This is like the only source of contraband for us right now. So what we will probably do to try and mitigate the amount of contraband coming into our prison is we will change this deployment. We'll make it so that this is no longer on this guy's route. And instead, we will have a dog patrol right about here. So now, if they are bringing in things that smell like booze or drugs, hopefully our dog will be able to sniff them out before they leave, which is kind of the plan here. They'll be able to sniff them out before they get them back into their cells. It might work, it might not. We might want to put an armed guard in there or nearby just to kind of scare anybody from doing any trading. I'm not quite sure if that's how that's going to work. Why is somebody still walking around in there? I'm not quite sure why this guard is walking around. You can go and rest in the staff room, my friend. Go take a rest. And you know what? Our staff do good work. They can have a widescreen large TV. Here you go, guys. You can have just a big old TV, really just for whoever's sat on this couch at any given time. But we don't see that many people in the staff room, so that should be fine. All right, everything seems to be going fine. There are some needs that are going up. That's kind of normal for, like, the nights. During the night, nothing's happening, and so the needs of everybody kind of climb up, which is why the shower time is kind of the most dangerous time, because when everyone's taking a shower, they're all annoyed, and they want everything, and it becomes a bit of a mess. But for the most part, it should be fine. Let's have a look at getting ourselves an armed guard. We'll put him down, I guess, here, because you can't put people down inside of the fog of war. And once we've got that guy, if we take out, we'll take out this Graham. We need to assign 2 dog handlers to a dog patrol, and we need 2 armed guards. So, let's quickly grab another one of these guard lockers. We'll put it down there. Once that's built, we'll get ourselves another guard, or another armed guard. We'll have a dog patrol. Where do we want a dog patrol? I think we will have a dog patrol around the outside of the prison here, because I've watched some people play Prison Architect, and it seems like the dogs are pretty good at sniffing out when people are trying to dig tunnels. And right now, this is kind of the main place where I think people are going to try dig tunnels out. They could try dig out over here, but there are much fewer prisoners over here, and so I don't think it's really as big of a risk as people trying to dig out over here. There are a lot more prisoners over here. The concentration is so much higher, and so having an armed guard walk around here, I would preferably maybe like more than one, but for now we'll just have one. Actually, we'll have one dog, and I think we'll have one armed guard with him. Just in case anyone does get out, then the armed guard can maybe shoot them, stop them from escaping, that kind of stuff. So that could be quite good. Let's have a look. Armed guard, let's have another one. We'll plug him down there. And then deployment, we do need to deploy both of our armed guards. So here we go. We'll have one armed guard who's going to walk around with the dog patrol like this. We need to make sure that's set to armed and that is set to dog. And then we also need a second armed guard patrol, which I guess we could have like in here maybe? Just like that. There we go. That's the grant complete, I believe. Yeah, we got $38,900. I'm not quite sure if we need an armed guard here, but again, it's where most of our prisoners are, and if they have an armed guard here, they're going to get super suppressed. You can see this guy right now has like some immense suppression status, mostly because I think he's in lockdown. Yeah, he's in solitary for 2 hours because we found drugs on him. What a guy. Here's Busby. Busby is not feeling too suppressed, but he's having a good night's sleep. That's a little sleep green plus there. He's doing well. It looks like he's starting to become a little bit suppressed with the armed guard here, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Suppression is an aspect of the game that makes the prisoners feel suppressed. If that's like the worst explanation I think I've ever given. But essentially, they're less likely to commit crimes and do bad things if they feel suppressed, but they're also less likely to try and reform. They're less likely to do activities, go to the classroom, learn things, and then therefore less likely to get out on parole. But I think overall, right now, I just want a prison that doesn't have any issues, like with prisoners that just behave. So I'm fine with the suppression being a little bit on the high side. Where are we still trying to search? I feel like we've searched everywhere. Oh, they can't search in here for some reason. Oh, it's because the jail door's locked shut. Let's take that off. I don't really feel like we need to search in here. So I'm just gonna end the shakedown. I don't feel like that's a thing. You know what? Let's just dismantle everything in here. I'm not quite sure what's causing the issues here, but we'll dismantle it all. We'll put it all back down, and we'll see if that fixes the problem. In the meantime, let's start working on a new minimum security wing. So let's go to foundation, let's go to concrete. Actually, let's go to planning first. So my original idea here is to have just a big old cell block that looks something like this. Just a big old block. We'll continue on down here like so. So this is going to be the pathway into it. Again, that does create a bit of a weird situation here, because it means we can't have cells that look like this, because then we've got like this big gap. So instead, we're going to have cells that look like this. Although we do now have small cells, and some people have told me that I shouldn't really go with small cells because they make people again feel cramped. They don't contribute to the quality of life, and so they do tend to get a little bit more annoyed, a little bit more frustrated easily. But this is going to be for minimum security, and I feel like the minimum security guys are going to be a lot easier to handle, and so we're going to go with these really small cells, because it also means that we can cram them in, and we'll have like a bigger cell over here on the end there just to fit that in. But let's have a look here. So pathways, we're going to have a pathway that comes down like this, goes across like that. I guess we can just have it go across like this on this side, and again, just have walls like here and here and here, and fit in a ton of these minimum security, really small cells. They don't actually have to be this wide. They have to be bed, toilet, and then door. They do have to be that wide. That is as wide as they have to be. These ones are going to have showers in, so they're not going to be quite as luxury as these cells over here. The minimum security guys will have just a communal shower that they all use. For this side, I guess pathway is going to be there. We'll do like the similar thing. We'll have bed, toilet, door, and then we'll have like a pathway that comes down like that. And then over on this side, we'll have something. We'll have the door, bed, toilet like that, and then wall there. Pathway coming down the middle like that. I'm just trying to get a rough layout of how I want this to look. It's going to look, we don't have walls there. We do want to have prison cells in there. Is that going to fit nicely? Oh, it is. I like it I like it a lot. So we'll do that. Then over on this side, it's going to be the exact same thing. So it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pathway, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Wall needs to go there, like that. And then on the other side, I guess pathway again. And then hopefully we can fit in like a nice number of cells at the bottom here. We got one new person who is arriving tomorrow. We got one new guy who's on his way in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is actually pretty perfect because it means that we can have a bunch of prison cells. This is going to fit so many new people in and actually might get us very close to that cell block C grant, which is to have your prison capacity up at 100 prisoners. That is going to add a lot of new people. Now, of course, I don't really want to just do this. They can probably all share the kitchen. For now, if we have everybody go to the canteen, they definitely need their own shower. Like, we cannot have this many people and have them all share a shower. So, what I'm thinking is we get rid of maybe these cells here, and then also quite possibly these cells, and then have something similar to what we have over here and have these two be solitary. So we'll build like a wall there. These two cells are going to be solitary confinement at the bottom. We're not going to have a pathway there. This is going to be a big old open shower, so we'll get rid of a few of these blocks so but people can walk in from all sides. We'll make it really nice and wide, nice and open, so the people are not cramped on their way in. I heard a beep. I think that might have just been the prison kind of kickstarting the day, just opening the doors and stuff. So I think this is going to be our shower. These are all going to be our cells. This has actually worked out really nicely. We're, of course, going to have that right about there. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, wall. I don't know. You know what? We can have showers down here as well. Or maybe some toilets. We'll put like 4 toilets down here or something. I don't know. But I think this is good. We will go ahead and we will build this. How much is this going to cost? It is going to cost 10,000. That is fine. 10,000 I can handle. That leaves us with 28,000, which should be more than enough to get everything up and running. These guys seem to be fine. This guy... Oh, there's a holding cell there. Is that a holding cell or is that another cell? There's something there that shouldn't be there. That needs to be one long cell. My goodness. I think we copied that wrong at some point during last episode. But we will go ahead and we will copy this again with the door. Put it all there. That should be free, because we should have just dismantled all that stuff. So that should be fine. We don't want people sharing that cell either, so hopefully that all works out okay. How is everybody's needs in the morning? Everybody wants food, which they're going to get pretty soon. Exercise, family, recreation, everything's not too bad. There are a couple of things that are pretty bad here, but all of those will be taken care of after everybody's eaten. They'll come into the cafeteria, get some food, and then they get some yard time. We should almost definitely make this yard a little bit bigger. Let's have a look. Materials. We don't want perimeter wall. We want fence. Let's make this, like, quite a bit bigger, because right now it is pretty cramped. I would like a bit more space for these guys to kind of roam free up here. All of our workers are currently at work on this brand new building, which is good. Everyone's eating. We might want to put some more tables in here, especially if we're going to increase our capacity for minimum security. Feed all the prisoners. We're not doing a fantastic job of feeding all the prisoners by the looks of things. Also, I think that's due to our kitchen. I think our kitchen is an atrocity. We've got 2 ovens, 2 chefs, and we've got 1 oven, 2 chefs, and 1 fridge that is accountable for everybody's food. For 3 high-quantity, high-variety meals a day. So you know what? We will do something like this. We'll have a bunch of fridges, a bunch of ovens, and a bunch of sinks. I'm not quite sure if you need as many sinks as you do ovens and fridges, but if we do this... Also, look at our chefs. They're so tired. If we do this, we'll bump up to like 5 chefs, and hopefully this will work out fine. We do need to run water down from here, so we'll just continue this all the way down like so. We've got cable, but we'll just do this so that all of those connect up like that. And hopefully that will take care of the problem that we're having right now with our chefs not being able to feed everybody. You can see the serving table is empty. We've only fed 71% of the prisoners, which is not great. And also, we will actually go ahead and clone. Actually, we won't clone. We'll build some new tables. Because I think I'm going to put the other tables this way. Let's see. So how do I want this to be? I'm going to go to planning objects. So I'm thinking they're 4 wide. So it'd be 4, 4, 4. Can we fit another one in? Oh, we can. Okay, so I'm thinking it's going to be something like this. We have a bunch of new tables that run down the middle like this. It's going to be a little bit cramped, but it's going to increase our capacity for the number of people that can eat at any given time so much. I think what we're going to end up doing when the minimum security guys arrive is we're going to have them eat at a separate time from the medium security guys, because if we have everybody at the same time, it's just, first of all, it has them all in the same room at the same time, and when that happens, they tend to fight, people tend to get hurt, we don't want that to happen, and also, it just fills up the room, you know, which, again, is gonna kind of be a catalyst for that to happen. We don't want to give them any excuse to fight other people. They are still complaining about clothing, which is not very good. We could increase the amount of work time that they have, as kind of a way to try and mitigate that a little bit, like if we have work time start a little earlier, we'll make it work/free time, so most people can continue with their free time, but the people who are going to work down here can come and start working a bit earlier. We do desperately, though, need to increase the size of this laundry room. Also, why is there a brick wall here? Let's replace that with some concrete and try and stop that happening. This is now all done. Let's go ahead and bulldoze this wall. We'll just demolish that there. And then I guess we can start lining up some building here. So we want to start building a bunch of concrete walls all the way around here. Like this, not there, but along here. And then once this is done, we will grab our clone tool and we will start cloning all of these cells, making so many of them. And then tomorrow, we're going to have so many new prisoners, like so many new prisoners. I'm not quite sure how many are going to fit in here. Do we want to have a laundry room? We definitely do want to have a laundry room dedicated to these guys. I might try and cram it in here. Possibly, or I might even break this wall down entirely. You know what? Yeah, let's get rid of this wall. Let's have this connect up like that. And I'm going to make this a pretty small, but hopefully good enough laundry room for these guys for the time being. We'll see if it works out. That is going to mean that we have to put a wall or a door here. The reason for that is that what we're going to do is we're going to go into deployment and we're going to set this section here to medium security only. So only medium security people are allowed in these cells, in these showers, and in this laundry room. Nobody else is in there. So when all of our new low security guys arrive, they are all going to be down in this section here. So they're only going to be allowed in this section of the prison, or any section that is shared. So as of right now, the canteen is shared, the kitchen is shared, the common room shared. Eventually, I'd like to get a common room, a visitation room, and probably maybe even a yard for minimum security. So there's like separate yards and separate common rooms for minimum and medium, and then eventually maximum security, so that everyone's kind of separated. No one has any chance to instigate fights or anything like that. And hopefully our prison will be a somewhat, I was going to say a nice place to live in. As nice a place as prisons get to live in. So we'll put down a bed, we'll throw in a toilet, and we'll throw in a light. These are going to be very basic cells, and also we want a jail door on there as well. Once that's built, we'll just replicate it. We'll do the same over here. We want to have one that's kind of on its side. So bed, toilet, and then light above the toilet. Not shower above the toilet. That would be a really weird thing. I wonder if that works. Like, it'd be cool if you could get the shower to just, like, spray into the toilet, and so you didn't have to put a drain on the bottom. That would be a very tight, but very efficient way of setting up a cell. Alright, I don't know why we got a door there. That really doesn't need to be there. I'm not quite sure why it is, but we'll put in all these concrete walls like this. I am building concrete walls. I checked there just to make sure I hadn't done this wrong. But we'll put all these in. We'll build one cell, and then we will grab our cloning tool, and we will go to town on this. I think this time around, we are going to make sure that this shower is set up. Why is there a door there? Can we get rid of this jail door, please? Did I put that in by accident at some point? But we'll make sure these showers are set up with some hot water so that people don't start complaining. We'll also make sure that all of these cells are equipped with some hot water as well. We'll run, I guess, the pipe, the hot pipe here, like along and down and along like this. Just because if you have these small pipes going for too long, they kind of lose pressure and then don't work. They just kind of stop working outright. So I would like to instead do something like this. Have that run all the way along to there. That should connect up just fine. I want small pipes that should run all the way along there. And then over here, we're going to have them there and there. And then we'll connect that up like that and like that. Beautiful. All right. That should work just fine. Our kitchen seems to be doing a much better job. Look at how full they've made all this stuff. Let's also get another serving table, I think. Yeah, we'll have another serving table. Go right about that way, or is it? I think it's supposed to be that way. But I guess we put the other one down this way, so I'm going to put this one this way. And I'm also going to put this here, and I'm going to dismantle these. So dismantle, dismantle, and dismantle. I don't want any of these tables here. I want to make sure that getting access to all this stuff is as easy as possible. How much money have we got? We've got 14,000. I'm not going to build these new tables just yet because I would like to focus more on making sure that all of these cells are up and running. But let's have a look. We want to be on quick build, clone, and let's see. Let's grab and duplicate all of these. 530 a time. It's going to be pretty expensive, but it's going to be worth it. it is definitely going to be worth it. We also want to make sure that we have a large jail door on there. And before we build anything else, we should definitely make sure that the shower is functional. Because if nothing else, we have to have a shower. Otherwise, things are going to go bad real quick. Also, we should have sprinklers in rooms like the kitchen and also in here in like the utility room, because fires can happen. And if we have a fire, also we should probably put one in like here as well, because if fires do happen, we want them to go out pretty quickly. Otherwise they spread and they can do some serious damage. You know what, we'll also have one in the common room as well, in case someone decides to set fire to the TV or something. Because you know how they are. They're prisoners. They do all kinds of stuff. It's ridiculous. Utilities, we need power to run down and throughout our new complex, like so. Again, running alongside the pipe is going to be good. It is almost 11 p.m., so you know what? Time for a shakedown. Flippin', go and find some stuff. We have yet to find any holes, which I guess is good, but I don't know if that's good or if that's because our guys are not good enough to find holes and people are on the brink of escaping. We will find out. For now, let's duplicate all these. We've still got 8,000 left, so let's put some down over on this side like that. And then let's look at getting some shower heads. So shower head, we've got like none of them in storage. Also, we need to put a concrete wall right there. But here we go, shower head. Let's go boom, 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 boom. We'll go boom, 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 boom. We'll have like one there. I guess, oh, these are not the same width. There's 3 there and 2 there. So I'll have one there, and then we'll bulldoze this wall here. We didn't find any tunnels, again, which is good. I'm not complaining, but it's a bit fishy. We do need to put a pipe there so our sprinkler can work. We also need, really, a pipe there coming just directly out of the water pump. All right, and then this one is already on a pipeline, so that is fine. We've got a few showers in here. I am going to put up a couple more walls in the middle like this, I think. Maybe a bit smaller. I don't want them to be too cramped. You know what? Instead, we might do like... I don't want them to be too cramped. We might do like this. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be better. And then we'll grab some more shower heads and we'll have them like there. They're going to be a little cramped in the middle there, but not too cramped. I think they should be fine in terms of space. And then, as we said before, we will make sure that this is also part of the shower. He's going to move the shower sign down, which is really annoying. These are going to be solitary, like that. And then we're going to have some toilets. We're going to have some toilets right down here, like this. You know what? We're even going to have them, not there, there. So if you want to go to the toilet during shower time, you can, as you can everywhere else in the building. But you got to do it in this weird setup down here. Let's go back to utilities. Let's make sure that all of our showers are equipped with some lovely hot water. And hopefully that will just make our minimum security guys so much happier. So we want them to go essentially, actually pretty much everywhere really, don't we? They want to connect up there. They want to connect up here, all around here, and there. And I don't think it matters if we connect up, like, the toilets with hot water, but you know what? Screw it. We'll do it as well. We'll put that there. So all this is going to be hot water. We will put down a water boiler. Do I want to put it on the outside of the prison? I kind of feel like I do. I'm going to put it there, which is a little bit of a weird place to have it. But you know what? We'll run this down here, and then kind of along into here, and then have hot water coming out and into that. I don't think it matters which way around this goes, or at least I hope it doesn't matter which way around that goes. I guess we're going to find out once they build all that stuff. We're a little low on money now, and also, oh, no, we're too low on power as well. Oh, that's not good. Okay, utilities. Thankfully, it is, it's not quite the middle of the night. It's like almost morning. Guys, you need to come and, turn the power back on, guys. You need to turn the power back on. Guys, we need the capacitors so we can switch the power on. You can switch it on, but it's going to go right off because, everyone's awake. Everybody, bang up. Get back in your cells. Get back in your cells. We're on lockdown until we can fix this capacitor issue. I know it's annoying, but you're staying in your cells. Oh my goodness, what is this? What is this? This guy's swearing. Oh no. I think we have to turn off lockdown. Yeah. I think we have to turn off lockdown so that our workers can get to this capacitor. Can we like expedite this process? Maybe? Can we get this like on speed? Can we hurry this up? Guys? Seriously, I don't care about the water pipes. There we go. Alright, we got one down. Okay, bang ups off. Go have food. Some people were injured, but for the most part, it seems like everything has been fine. I think we're doing a... Boo, that's fine. They're just adding more capacitors. I think we're doing a better job now of feeding all of our prisoners. I said that we're 86%. The number does seem... Yeah, 90%. We're feeding almost all of them. Not quite all of them, but almost all of them. What is this? Why is that like a little itty-bitty little armory? I don't want that to be an armory. What is up with this? The guy down here does not have power. Let's run our electrical cable down and along like... I guess this, because you can't go underneath those, but that's fine. We'll hook that up there. This is looking good. I like this. We haven't assigned any of these to actually be cells yet, so none of these actually do count as cells, which means all of our people are not going to arrive till tomorrow, but these are all going to be cells. These are all going to be cells. These are all going to be cells. That takes our capacity to 74. We can now have 74 people in our prison, and then 75, 6, 7, 8... 9, 80, 81, 82, possibly 83 if we make that into a dormitory. And that's going to take us so much closer to that cell block C grant of having 100 people. It is going to be fantastic. Also, we should bulldoze this wall, and we should increase the size of this yard. I'll increase the size once we get rid of the wall, otherwise it's going to just look a little weird. Yeah, so we'll wait till this guy's done, otherwise it's going to be like a little strip that's not classified as part of it. These guys are still waiting on water. Did I not... What is up with this? Do toilets have to be normal pipes? Is that like a rule that I was not made aware of? It might be. We'll run that there. We'll also run that there and this here, because we're also going to need to have... You know, we'll do that underneath here, because these are going to be solitary cells, and they're going to have toilets in them as well. So we'll put the toilets in there. Yes, so over here we want to have a laundry room, or at least a second laundry room, which is... Where is laundry? I can never find certain things on here. I'm pretty sure laundry's green, right? No, it's yellow. Okay, so we'll assign this as a big old laundry room. I heard some noises. It doesn't look like things are too bad. People are getting pretty annoyed. What are they getting annoyed about? Hygiene. Ooh, I think that's probably because we skipped shower in the morning. So you know what? We're going to quickly... The regime, what time is it? It is 2 p.m. Or it's about to go 2 p.m. We're going to quickly replace this shower time with shower time with shower time. It's going to be emergency shower time. Because we had a bit of a hiccup in the morning. What is this? You cannot be in here for shower time. That's not how shower time works. Could we have a guard come and sort these guys out? This is like some kind of gang meeting. No, this is not acceptable. What did you just... Are these gang members? Gang member? One of them's a gang member at least. This guy with like the weirdest face in the world is a gang member. Oh my goodness. This is definitely a gang meeting right here. You know what? You know what? We're going to search this cell. Yeah, search what the heck's going on in here. There was a hammer. Other than that, nothing much. But that was real sketchy. Do we have any other gang meetings going on right now? We don't. At least not by the looks of things. All right, everything seems fine. Okay. You for some reason were neglected for water, but these are all nice hot water showers. Everyone should be happy with those. Let's get a solitary door on here and on here. Actually, let's check. Did our door get dismantled? Oh my goodness! It is actually gone. For the first time ever, somebody has managed to dismantle the undismantleable door. Can I dismantle this? I can. Oh my goodness. Guys, we might have actually dismantled the undismantlable door. We did it. Oh my goodness. We can't get rid of this for whatever reason, which is really annoying. If I put down like a building here, is that going to fix it? Like, let's see. So, we want wall, and then we want 1, 2, 3, 4... walls. If I do that, is that going to make it look right again, or is it still going to look real weird? I'm hoping that fixes kind of like the visual glitch and it starts to look good again, because our prison's looking pretty good. I think I want to have a CCTV camera in the armory here. Not because I'm really sketchy about our guards, but I don't like the fact that it's so dark and nobody's in there, and I don't want one of our prisoners to get in there by accident. Also, let's throw in a CCTV camera in here as well, so we can see what's going on in the new minimum security laundry room, which is going to look something like this. We'll throw down a normal door right about there. This should all be assigned to minimum security, so deployment. Yep, it's all minimum security. That's looking good. And so, if we go over here, There's only 2 minimum. There's only 2? What? There are 2 minimum security guys available. Hopefully, as time goes on, that will change. Because we have, like, 25 cells here. Clean. And look how nice it looks when it's not, you know, trashed by these guys. Look how nice this new area looks. It's a bit dirty down here. But for the most part, this looks pretty good. I like it. Let's connect up our new CCTV camera from here. So we will connect to this one. And then we will connect to this one. Hopefully that's not one too many. It looks like it might be. Oh, no, it's just because there's no light in here. Let's get a light in there as well. All right. I think for the most part, that's fine. I think that might be like the maximum number we can have on there. I think we've got like 8 connections now. Also, let's extend the yard out. Where are our rooms? Yard. Makes a nice big yard, like so. I kind of want to move these phone booths, but we'll do that probably next episode. We'll start moving those around. We got 15,000. Wow, we've made quite a bit of money while we're just kind of dilly-dallying around. Let's go and duplicate these tables. So clone, let's grab this, and let's go boom, 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 and boom. Nice. So that's going to drastically increase the capacity of our cafeteria here. I think I might also put down some of these serving tables, because although we have 3 right now, I still think that we're struggling with serving tables. So, you know what, we'll put down 1 there and 1 there. Just so that, again, everyone's not cramming up down here. If they come in over here, they can get their food and sit down without having to run down here and then run all the way back. Again, just trying to clear things up a little bit. Our prison's taking on a very square shape here, isn't it? It's becoming a lot more square than it was before. If we do get some more people in, if we finally get a bunch more minimum security guys, we will bump up the number of guards we have, because right now we've only got 24. I don't think we're going to need that many for minimum security. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I'm not quite sure why we have guards down here who are doing absolutely nothing. Oh, they're still trying to do their patrol. Okay, deployment. Dogs. Yeah, okay, let's get rid of these. Yeah, and let's get rid of this as well. So I just want a dog and an armed guard outside here. And you know what? Time for a shakedown. every night, it's time for a shakedown. Oh my goodness, look at this. Everything has come along so well today. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can fit in another office down here. Not quite sure what we're going to put in there. I don't think there's anything that we have yet to unlock. Or any person. Oh, we do need education. You know, we'll hire the education guy. We'll put him in the office. It's going to go down here. But wow, this has actually gone so well. Like, compared to previous episodes, I'm moving all the GUI elements right now. I just moved the to-do list as well, I think. But compared to all the stuff that went on last episode, or in the previous episodes, we're doing so much better. Everything is kind of running more smoothly. Oh, look at this. He didn't get far at all. Let's just attack him and leave him there. We gotta flip in this. You know what? You, my friend. Where you at? Sure. Rap sheet. Maximum security. What a guy. You try and escape, you get bumped up. Alright, where's my, is it utilities? Walls? Yeah, walls. Remove tunnels. Get rid of this tunnel. Flipping egg. We build these lovely cells for you to live in, and you ruin it. This guy wasn't even in a dormitory, he was just in his own cell. What a guy. Okay, we're searching all this stuff. This is all fine. I'm a bit fishy about these guys, and especially that's why we've got these guys down here to make sure that these guys don't try and escape. But for the most part, this is looking good. This is looking really good. Once this, ooh, we found a lot of stuff. Once the shakedown's finished, we'll do a bit of a check. We'll see where all this stuff came from, because we can now do that under, is it logistics or intelligence? Intelligence. We can find out where stuff came from. We can get confidential informants. Look, it's this guy that we saw earlier. So the way this works, per potential CI, it means potential confidential informant, we can actually get this guy to be a confidential informant. So I have never actually done this, but we can recruit informant. And essentially now, if we go to intelligence and we go to informants, does it tell us? Yes, we've got Paul Weirmark, this guy over here. He's got 8% courage. He knows, like, he covers 8% of the prison. And so he's going to tell us stuff about every other prisoner. He's going to give us some information, feed it to us. We can activate him, and when we activate him, he's going to make his way to the security room and tell us all his secrets. For now, we'll deactivate him because he's just come out of solitary. We don't want to make it too fishy. You'll see that the suspicion kind of rose a little bit there. Hopefully that goes down. Where did we find all of our stuff? So stolen from. All the poison, flipping, was of course stolen from the cleaning cupboard. That's not surprising. We got a little bit of alcohol stuff. I'm still getting stuff smuggled in from over here. But other than that, nothing much. So that's good. I guess we could put, like, a guard in here. Where are our armed guards located at? You know what? We'll get rid of this thing, because I don't think we necessarily need this armed guard. And we'll put him in here. We're going to have an armed guard that literally just patrols in a square inside of the cleaning cupboard to make sure that nobody steals any poison from there whatsoever. I'm not quite sure if how much poison matters. I don't think I've ever seen somebody get killed through being poisoned, but I'm assuming, due to the fact that they do steal poison and poison is an item in the game, that it is a possibility. We desperately need to increase the number of solitary cells that we have, and we also need to increase the number of parole rooms that we have. You see right now, 15 of our prisoners are up for parole. 15 of them could be leaving, and each one could give us 3,000 if they leave. So we need to set up like an area. We'll probably set up like maybe a big block down here and have like a bunch of parole officers here for the minimum guys, and then a few for the medium guys as well. And that'll hopefully be a nice source of revenue. We've still got to expand some more. I still want to get a maximum security wing up and running. I still want to get an area up for protective custody so that people like snitches and ex-law enforcement can come into the prison and then not get attacked. And we still need to set up a bunch more work for the vast majority of our prisoners, because right now we've got this new laundry room, which right now is not much of a laundry room. Let's have a look here. Laundry machines. Again, we'll have like a bunch of those go along there. Ironing boards. How do we have them set up over here? We have them set up kind of like this, which somehow works. You know, we'll have 3. That'll be fine. Then we'll put a bunch of laundry baskets in here as well. Like that. Hopefully that'll be fine for now. These guys, we need a guard here. We need to deploy a guard who is going to patrol, I guess, just here, so that he can open this door and make sure that, like, no one escapes from minimum security into maximum. Also, we are going to have to open that door. We should also look into automatic door opening. There are door servos that we can do, so we can automatically open up doors for people and stuff like that. We're still not tapping the phone lines, I don't think. Jeez, guys, we've got so much stuff left to do, but with that, I'm going to end this episode of Prison Architect there. As always, if you did enjoy the video, please hit like, it really does help out a lot. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time.